talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Are you clean, crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Yes, indeed. Let us chat, let us chat. This video is basically for the new people that are coming in. I figured I'd switch it up again, just kind of like I've been doing. I want to kind of go back to the roots this year. Gonna flip-flop back and forth. We're gonna be talking about some good things for the new people, as well as things that are ongoing for the people that are already here. So this message is obviously for the newer folks. So if you newer folk, or you're about to try to join the post office, this message is for you. But to my postal family that's been here for a while, feel free to leave some of your comments in the comments section. We are talking about postal worker skills that are necessary to be a postal worker. What do I mean by that? They say you don't need no real skills, and I gotta be honest, you really don't. But there are about 4 of them, and we gonna read them off to you real quick in this little message. What are postal worker skills? United States postal worker skills are qualities, knowledge, and competencies related to operating within the postal service that assists postal workers in adequately completing their duties and responsibilities. These skills usually include a combination of soft and hard skills, such as knowledge of specific postal equipment and communication skills. Communication is key. A lot of our managers don't have that. Many postal workers receive on-the-job training to help them initially develop these skills. Now, what I mean on-the-job training is they throw you out on the job and let you train yourself. This is true. Anybody watching will tell you that. But 4 examples of United States postal worker skills are: number 1, physical endurance. All postal workers often travel long distances on foot. Meaning, if you're working in a plant, you're gonna be walking all the way around the plant. If you're a carrier, you're gonna be doing a lot of walking. The only ones that don't do a lot of walking are really like the truck drivers, but don't knock us. You will need some physical endurance. It often has carrying heavy objects as well. Heavy packages. A lot of the mail handlers that are on the dock, they have to move and push things. So you have to be really in some type of physical shape. Now, is it impossible? Absolutely not. We have small people, big people, short people, tall people, all different types of people do it. Old people, young people. So can it be done? Absolutely. But your number 1 has to be physical endurance. If you're accustomed to sitting at a desk all day, this may be a little difficult for you because you ain't gonna want to break your nails, or you might not want to get your tie messed up. Now, number 2, attention to detail. Although your supervisors do not pay attention to detail as much as supposed to, you, as the new employee coming in here, should be paying attention to detail. Postal workers who complete clerical duties often maintain excellent attention to detail to ensure that other mail carriers can complete deliveries on time to the correct recipients. Now we're talking about clerks. Attention to detail. They have a ton of duties. It's not just sitting at the window. It really isn't. So if you people think that it's just coming in and sitting at a window, definitely not the job for you. You're not just a cashier. That's not how it works. There's a lot that goes into it, and paying attention to detail is one of the main qualities that's necessary, because when you have something that's going express, you can't throw it in the local packages. Just can't do it. But that's on the job training that you will eventually have to learn. They actually trained the window clerks for about a week, if I'm not mistaken. It also includes sorting mail, checking addresses, and completing your tasks by a specific deadline. Now, attention to detail means you're not going to load all the stuff that's going to be at the end of your route in the front of your route, right? That wouldn't make no sense. Attention to detail means that when you're sitting on the dock, you're not going to push the stuff that's supposed to be going to Indiana that's going on the truck going to Los Angeles. Attention to detail. You need to have attention to detail. So if you have some trouble reading, this may be a little complex for you. Number 3, interpersonal skills. Many postal workers interact with their colleagues and the public on a consistent basis, and that helps you develop interpersonal skills. So there are a lot of people that are introverts that somehow make this work. There's a couple of jobs in here that you can use or get into that you can probably be an introvert. And I think that's like being a clerk at a plant where you're just, you may have to work with 2 or 3 people. Most of the time you're working behind the scenes. But if you're a mail handler, you're going to have to communicate with people on a consistent basis. Even the clerks, they do, because they got to make sure that they have the right mail racks. Interpersonal skills. Truck drivers have to communicate with the stations. They have to communicate with the mail handlers. The clerks at the stations have to communicate with the truck drivers, as well as the people, as well as their managers, as well as the carriers. Carriers of all have to be personal because they're going to have to deal with the customers and deal with everybody else. So you have to have some type of interpersonal skills in order to survive. Basic skills. Now, don't take this the wrong way, but this is kind of what it is. We are the United States Postal Service. You have to have English literacy. Most postal workers work in all departments of the Postal Service are required to possess at least basic English reading and writing skills. These essential skills assist them with reading the names of people and addresses, understanding written instruction, and writing notes or reports as required. Proficiency in the English language may also help postal workers quickly and efficiently process information in fast-paced or high-pressure situations. Now, that is no dig at any nationality. Get it out your head. I don't want no negative comments. It's reality because primary language here in the United States is English. If you're in South Miami, they do speak a lot of Spanish, but you work for the post office. So they have to be able to speak English. If you work up in the top of Michigan, there's a lot of Indians there. They speak a different language. If you work in close to Canada, you may have some people that come in there speaking French. You guys get the hint. But when you work for the United States Postal Service, you have to have basic English skills, reading, and should be writing as well. I work in human resources, part of the department with safety. And when people come in there, the one thing that I always try to emphasize is that, if they come in and they're not speaking English, and we have a safety director that does speak a different language, we have to talk to them in English, regardless of whether or not they can comprehend it. Because once they leave us and they go to their stations, they're going to be surrounded by people as well as their managers that speak English. So that is a basic necessity, a basic skill that you should possess if you work for the post office. You at least have to comprehend it and be able to translate what you need back in English. What your personal language is on you. But while working here, the testing is only in English. Kind of what it is. So those are your basic skills that you will need in order to survive. How do you improve your skills? Improve your physical health. Overall, you need to initially just, if you're not accustomed to moving some stuff, work on your stuff. If you make this a long-time job, then work on some stuff. Make yourself better. Learning how to manage your stress. It's going to be a stressful situation. Work in there. You're going to be hit and messed up, top to bottom. Got to be flexible. Flexible with your hours, flexible with your mind, flexible with your family. It's going to mess you up. But Once you learn how to balance these things, real life situations are going to come at you and go easily. And that's one thing that we want to try to emphasize the most, is that if you're flexible in your receiving of information, once you distribute the information back out to people, it won't affect you as bad. It won't bother you as much. But your personal self is only built off of your own personal worth, is only gained by you putting in your time, your energy with basic skills. Basic skills. Now, with all that being said, I hope this information was not offensive, number one. And number two, I hope it was helpful, because they're just basic skills. So don't come in here thinking you're going to be lost. You will. But basic skills will help you succeed here. This is JH, and hopefully this information was helpful to somebody. I'm out.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.